Gobble gobble, it's time to drink 2 beers.
Brew Tuesday. Drink 2 beers, yeah! Drink 2 beers, it's Brew Tuesday.
Hello there, my beer drinking friends, and welcome to another 2 Brew Tuesday. As most of you know, in a couple of days we've got a big holiday coming up, and that's Thanksgiving. And I think a lot of people, when they think about Thanksgiving and what to serve with their meal, they think it's all about the wine. I'm here to argue today that you can put great beer on the table and it can work just as well for pairing with your meal. So when you're thinking about what kind of beers you want to serve with that turkey dinner, the food really is the star of the show. So you don't want to do anything that's too aggressive, in your face, that's going to actually, overstage the beer. I wouldn't serve, a big hoppy double IPA. I wouldn't serve, the barrel-aged barley wine or an imperial stout. Those things are really going to detract from the turkey and the sides, which are really what everyone's there for. And I think another thing is, some people think that, well, my family, they're not into beer. But I think if you serve the right beers, it can really make a huge difference. So in that vein, the first beer that I'm going to suggest for you is a Belgian wit style beer. And the one I've chosen actually comes from Logsden Farmhouse Ales. Those guys are actually located in Hood River, Oregon. Logsden was started in 2009 by Dave Logsden and his wife. Dave was actually a founding member of the Full Sail Brewing Company, and he was also a founder of Y Yeast. They're one of the 2 major suppliers for yeast in the craft beer and the homebrew industry. So let's crack this wit beer open. This one is called Kilowatt. So wit beer is a Belgian style beer. It's a wheat beer, and it's typically made with orange peel and coriander. And this one does not say it has orange peel in it, but it does have the coriander, so it's still going to give you that citrus-like flavor. So as we're pouring it in the glass, you can tell right away, wit beers have a ton of carbonation. They're very light. It's a little cloudy from the wheat. That thick white head kind of dissipated really quickly, but it is, again, I can see a ton of bubbles happening in this guy. That's really nice. The coriander and the yeast character are giving this really nice, bright, citrusy character. I would say a lot of people start their meal with like a champagne. This is equally, appropriate for a beginning drink. That is really nice. Again, it is a wheat beer, so it has a very strong wheat-like character to it. Very bready, very crackery. It's a medium strength beer. I believe this one checks in at, I was going to say 5%, but I don't actually see it on the bottle. 5.5%. I was right. Fairly low bitterness. This style is really about the yeast character and a little bit of that spicing with either the orange peel or the coriander. So this is great with like a cheese, a nice light salad. If you have like sort of a seafood starter, it'd go great with that as well. As with most Belgian beer styles, this finish is really dry. Again, it's got a ton of carbonation, so it really cleans up really nice. Doesn't have that lingering flavor, so you really can enjoy the food with this guy. That is a really nice beer. So the second beer I've decided to go with is actually a Saison. This Saison comes from Brasserie Dupont. They're pretty much, the standard bearer when it comes to Saisons. This is their Ville Provision. Excuse my terrible French pronunciation. The Saison style is, one that was really pretty much revived by DuPont. their brewery dates back to the 1800s, and originally this is, you know, the true farmhouse beer. It was a beer that was brewed in the winter and then made available for the farm workers in the summer. Pardon me with all that carbonation. So let me pop this guy open. Watch out, camera. So again, very high carbonation in, you know, most of the Belgian styles. This is going to differ a little bit from the wit. It doesn't have any of those spicings. It does have a little bit more bitterness and hop flavor to it. So again, nice gold color with like little bits of orange highlights. Huge foamy white head, lots of bubbles. So yeah, in this one, you're not going to get those big citrusy notes. There is a light fruity character. You know, the Saison Gristbill is going to have sometimes a lot of different kind of grains. This does have sort of a very crackery, bready malt character to it as well. And then just that hint of the spicy hops are coming in. So with the Saison yeast, you're going to get a lot more of an earthy character, and that really shows up here. I think it's going to pair really well with your main courses. It's got that nice earthy character that is really going to be, you know, work nice with your turkey, but also those mashed potatoes, those yams, that green bean casserole. Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, this is, you know, a very drinkable beer. This version checks in somewhere about 6.5%. It's a nice looking bottle as well. And like the wit beer, you know, the Saison, it really needs to finish really dry so that your palate doesn't, you know, have that lingering taste of the beer in your mouth. You're always ready for that next bite of food when you're drinking a beer like this. So yeah, those are the two brews for Two Brew Tuesday. You know, a couple of great suggestions to bring to Thanksgiving dinner or to serve to your guests. But you know, the thing is, with Thanksgiving, I mean, I know the turkey and the sides are the main star, but for some people, it's actually all about the pie. So you know what, I brought one more beer out today. Beers, because you also, to be specific, and this is their Imperial or Double Stout that's done with vanilla and of course pecans. So yeah, as you can see, this guy is super dark. It's got a medium-sized tan-colored head, pretty good amount of carbonation. So this beer is very rich. There is that roasted, chocolatey coffee type aroma. It's also got a pretty good hint of the vanilla, and then just a background note of those pecans. Or pecans, depending on how you want to say it. Wow. Okay, so that sort of light pecan note that was in the aroma, it is really strong in the flavor, and also a pretty good amount of the vanilla. It almost has like a little bit of a molasses sweetness in the finish, and also like a little bit of a chocolatey note to it. I mean, this would go with your pumpkin pie, but obviously with the pecans, if you got a pecan pie, I would definitely serve this beer. And of course, this is, you know, your sort of end of the night finishing note, because this cute little bottle checks in at 11.5% ABV. So you don't want to start that guy with the beginning of the night, otherwise your party may not last as long as you think it should. Yeah, so I know we went a little overboard. We ended up having 3 beers for 2 Brew Tuesday, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. And, don't forget, you can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We've got a lot of great content. So if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you won't miss any of it. And until next Tuesday, everybody, cheers.